Okay, this is part 2 of how to digitize an applique quilt block in Design Center. All right, so we need to pull up our scan, our line design. This is what we scanned originally. And in the first lesson, we learned how to make the kitty cat outline. We're going to work on Boo next, okay? So let's go ahead and pull that up. Remember, I said you wanted to save it so you didn't have to scan it again. And there it is. All right. This time, we're just going to do Boo, which means we need to get rid of the kitty and the face. Okay, and remember, when you can do select, you can freeform draw. Let's see if my pen will work. It likes to shut itself off. Is it working? There we go. All right, right there and there. Cut. Do the same to the top. Cut. Now, all you have to erase are these sides right here, okay? And since you already know how to do it, I'm going to go ahead and off camera, I'm going to do all that erasing so we just have Boo. I'll be right back. Erasing all finished, and now we just have the letters for Boo. All right, so basically we're going to do the same exact thing that we did with the kitty outline with this, okay? So remember, the first one we want to do is going to be a placement stitch. And if we don't move this from where it is, it'll go exactly where it's supposed to go on the kitty. So let's change this to our placement stitch. We're going to go up here. Remember, our placement stitch is green, and we want this stitch right here, that stitch that goes around twice. Say okay. That's changed. Get your bucket. Now, each one of these is going to be, this isn't going to change all at once. Here's a part, this, they're all different, okay? So you're going to have to use your bucket and touch each piece, and you'll see it turn color. So you'll know you did it. There. Next. Okay, now we want to change, we don't want to change this. We're going to leave that. I have left it that way on all the rest of them. We're going to leave it on that too. So from here, we're going to hit memory, okay? Because we're going to use this again. So memory. All right, now set. Can't go back. There's Boo, okay? Placement stitch. Save it in your embroidery edit screen, memory. Okay, then delete, say okay. Back to my design center and to the memory. Boo. Get the Boo, say okay. Don't have to do anything to it, but change the thread color, right? Because all of our tack down stitches are going to be red. Go up here, choose that, choose red, and say okay. Bucket, touch them all. Perfect. Next. Nice. We're not changing anything. Set. We don't need to save this one because we already saved the green one. Okay, just need one of those. Say okay. Now there's your tack down stitch. Memory. You got to save it or you'll be doing it over. Perfect. Delete. Say okay. Back to my design center. All right. Back up to the memory. Choose the green Boo again. All right. This time we want satin stitches to go all around all of our pieces. Okay, so how do we do that again? Well, we go up here. This time we don't have to cut anything out because nothing's laying over the top of the boo. Now, I don't think we had to change anything, but we're going to do it anyway. I want it black, okay, and I want it satin stitch. So it was already on that, but that's okay to go through the motions. Get your bucket, touch. See how it's turning black now? All right, next. Okay, so we're back to satin stitches, and we talked about this in the last lesson. I like to put mine on 110 because I just want it to be as dense as it can be, and it's not too dense, it's pretty good. Then I want to change this. I don't want this to be 2 millimeters. I want this to be 4 millimeters. Say okay. Now, globally, I should have done that to begin with, and I did not. That's okay. We can do it now. If you hit that, it selects them all. When I first did it, I just had the outside of the B selected, but hit global, go back in, put this back where you want it to be, say okay, and this, and say okay. All right. You don't need to save this in your memory because you already have this, okay? Not with that stitch, but you have that outline. Set. All right. Memory, okay? Memory, important. All right, so let's delete it. And just for grins, we're going to go to the memory and we're going to look at them. Placement, tack down, satin stitch. Placement, I got 2 placements in there. I probably saved it and wasn't paying any attention. That's okay. Placement, tack down, satin stitch. Perfect. All right. Next, back to my design center, back into memory. Pull up the entire line drawing there. Okay, so we already did the kitty outline. Then the boo. What we need to do next is applique the eyes, the nose, and the ears. Okay, and we can add that in there. It may not stitch in the right order, so I think what I would like to do is do the ears and the eyes and the nose, and then I'll do the mouth and that in a separate one to put in there, because you can't tell this machine in what order to stitch which part. It just does what it wants to do, and you'll see that when you go to stitch it out. So what are we going to do? We are going to select like that, and let's get rid of, let's see, I just want the applique parts. Okay, cut, and then do it again. Actually, I'm going to stop right there. I don't want to do that. Can I go back? Yes, I can. All right. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger because it's hard to see. Oh, kitty. There you are. I'm going to bring it there. Now I'm going to do it. So now I want to do this. All right. Cut. Beautiful. And scoot it over. Select. And I'll just go up there like that. Cut. Hand. All right. I'm going to use my eraser. Since we're zoomed in, It's good sized. I'm going to make it a little smaller. I'm going to go with a square. And we don't want his mouth or the outline of his head over here. Whoop. I always forget, you got to go back. All right. Now that's all we have. However, let's see. I want to do this. Let's see, not that. I'm going to use my hand. Oh, I can't. 200. Now use the hand. I'm going to put the kitty right in the middle, and then I'm going to make it bigger. And use the hand and kind of look around. I don't see any little pieces or breaks in the design that I left anywhere. It looks pretty good. All right. Let's go to 200. Okay. Now we're going to do the same thing that we just did. We want this to be a green placement stitch. So up here, green, straight stitch, say okay, bucket, touch, 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 touch. Perfect. Next, we're leaving that set. Actually, you know what? I almost forgot to do something. Let's use this. Okay. We have to use this. We have to save it. Otherwise, I'm going to have to go through and erase everything again. And I don't want to do that. So, memory. Okay. Now we're going to say set. Say okay. Save it in the memory in embroidery, or in embroidery edit, I mean. Perfect. Delete. Say okay. Back to my design center. Pull up the eyes and ears. Okay. Change it to red. Straight stitch. This is our tack down stitch. Bucket. All changed. Next, we don't have to save it here. We already saved the green one. Next. We're not changing that. Set. Memory. Delete. My design center. I know it's repetitive, but believe me, it's the best way to do it, I think. All right. Memory. Get the eyes again. Okay. Now we want this to be this. And since it's already showing right there, we can just take the bucket and touch each one. And I know it changed because it's now black. Next. Okay. 110, like we did before. And 4, like we did before. Oh, I did it again. I keep forgetting. Global. It's a good thing that I have that, or I'd be going backwards 100 times. Say okay. Change this. Whoops. Change this. There. Okay. That's done. Set. We don't need to save it because we did this already. Set. Okay. Memory. Delete. Say okay. Just for grins, I always do this. Let's go back in and check. First, placement, tack down, satin stitch. We're skipping that one because it's an extra. Placement, tack down, satin stitch. And somehow I did it there too. I'm probably not paying attention and just doing it too many times. It's okay. It doesn't matter. It's the same exact thing. Placement, tack down, satin stitch. Let's get back out of that. What's left? The little mouth. My design center. Let's see up here. Pull this back in. Say okay. All I need is the mouth. So here. Nope. Didn't quite work that way. Let me try again. Close. Let's go back. Actually, you know what? Just cut that. All right. Do it again. I had it on the wrong thing. Here, here, all the way there. Good. And let's cut off his ears. That sounds bad, doesn't it? Actually, and his eyes. All right. Now I'm going to go in and I'm going to erase everything but the whiskers and the mouth. Okay, all erased and touched up. There was a little part of his cheek that was touching the whisker, and I made a space in there so that it worked out better. All right, so this, I don't want it to be a satin stitch. I just want it to be a regular straight stitch. You could make it a triple bean. That might be a lot. You can try it. I think I'm just going to change it to just the double stitch and just let it stitch twice. Okay, his mouth doesn't need to be that pronounced. All right, so, and because there's no applique or anything, I just want it black. Take your bucket and just make sure, since it's already black, it's going to be kind of hard to see it turn black, but just make sure everything is touched. Just touch it all over. Okay. Let's say next. Now there's a bunch of little parts. We're going to leave that, but let's see if it selects everything. It sure did. All of them. Every whisker. Okay. That looks pretty good. Now we're going to say set. We don't need to keep it in here because we're not using that again. Memory. Machine. Delete. Okay, ready for the magic? Memory. This one, placement stitch, set. Add. Memory. Tack down stitch, set. Add. Memory. Satin stitch. Satin stitch. There we go. Set. Add. Memory. We're on the booze now. I'm going to choose this green one just because I can. Placement stitch. Add. Memory. Tack down stitch. Set. Add. Memory. Satin stitch for the boo. Set. Add. You're just going to keep going. There's the green placement stitch for the eyes and the nose and the ears. Add. And there's my tack down. Add. Last one. Or no, not last one. We need that. Two more. Set. Add. Well, what do you know? Look at that. Then we would go to embroidery. And if you look here, let's go do this so that we can see. The very first one is green. Placement. Tack down. Satin. Placement. Tack down. Satin. Placement. Tack down. Satin. Ta-da! Whiskers and mouth. Perfect. All right. That is how you would digitize all the parts to make it in the hoop so that you can do what would normally be done just on your sewing machine freestyle around pieces that you cut and laid down. You can do it on your embroidery machine now. So this was part 2. There is going to be a part 3. We're going to stitch that out. See you in part 3.